It's not quite kissing babies, but still meeting the locals.
She is beautiful.
The election campaign might not officially kick off for another day, but the opposition leader wasted no time heading straight to the far north.
All right, let's get cracking.
David Crisafulli announcing an LNP government would invest an extra $100 million for early intervention programs aimed at reducing crime. Half of that would go towards finding the best new ideas from across Australia and around the world to restore safety.
$50 million overseas junket says to us that he does not know what gold standard early intervention is.
The remaining $50 million for proven initiatives with strict KPIs. These include that 90% of kids don't commit crime during the program or in the 12 months after, and confirming his own performance targets if his party wins office.
In 4 years' time are there fewer victims? Has ambulance ramping gone down? Is there less pressure on those big kitchen table bills long term? Are there fewer Queenslanders on that social housing waiting list?
The Premier was in Brisbane, spruiking his government's bus building program, and not fazed by the LNP's travels.
We launched our campaign on Saturday in Cairns, so I suspect actually they're 2 days late on us.
The 10-month Premier asking Queenslanders for more time.
I've had an opportunity to audition for the job to show Queenslanders what I would be like, and what I'm asking for on the 26th of October is a mandate in my own right.
Kate McKenna, ABC News.
Live now to our reporter Alex Brewster, who's travelling with the opposition leader and joins us from Cairns. Alex, it was an early start for you with David Crisafulli heading north, even before the campaign proper gets underway.
Jess, we were told to have our bags packed and be at Parliament at 5 a.m. These sorts of instructions aren't usually given until the campaign is actually underway. So why the far north? Well, it contains crucial seats that LNP are going to need to win if it wants to oust Labor. That may include Mulgrave, where David Crisafulli was door-knocking this afternoon. Despite being considered safe Labor, it may be vulnerable with the retirement of its member and Speaker Curtis Pitt. Now, both leaders will spend 4 weeks campaigning with the hope of winning the hearts and minds of Queenslanders and, more importantly, their votes. Queensland voters know what they're looking for.
Well, it's always cost of living and that kind of stuff for us, in the process of trying to buy a house.
The crime, education for us, education and health.
But when it comes to who, they're less certain.
Yeah, Crisafulli.
And how do you feel about him?
I think he's a genuine, honest bloke.
Anthony Albanese.
Close, Stephen Miles.
Yes, him, yes.
Yeah, I know he used to be Anastasia, but I haven't really kept up with it.
Foes on the floor of Parliament and both frequently in the kitchen.
125 grams of butter, 110 grams of caster sugar.
These are the two men who want to lead Queensland.
Hope you have a great week.
Labor's Stephen Miles has been Premier for 10 months, since Anastasia Palaszczuk's shock resignation. He'd been her loyal deputy for years, including through the COVID pandemic. But set about doing things differently in the face of dire opinion polling.
Well, this is a fresher government with a fresh approach.
David Crisafulli has been opposition leader since 2020, when the LNP had just suffered its third election defeat in a row.
I'm hurting from the election loss we just had, and I am hungry. And I'm hungry to win.
Mr Crisafulli first entered Parliament in 2012 in the Campbell-Newman wave, having previously served on Townsville City Council. He worked as a journalist and grew up on a cane farm in Ingham.
What we want to do is give people hope for the future, that things can change.
Stephen Miles grew up in Petrie, north of Brisbane, the son of a fitter at the Golden Circle Cannery. He joined the Labor Party in high school and worked for the Public Sector Union before his election to Parliament in 2015.
I hope I can leave Queensland an even better place.
Both men are husbands and fathers, with competing visions for the future of Queensland. Alex Brewster, ABC News.